This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast. Howdy doody, Betsy Booty.
Howdy doody, Marcy Doody.
Oh boy, it's as that singer would say, it's a hot one.
It's a hot one. It was yesterday. It was like warm as well, and but I all day was like, I think I have a fever, but I was just
hot. You just
in
forgot.
my house.
You forgot what not winter felt like.
Yes, I think so. I think my body was just like, oh man. Remember, here comes summer, and just being like, oh, I feel, and I was like dehydrated, just like really thirsty a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, am I sick? And then it's like, no, it's just hot.
No, man, your body's just like, what happened to winter?
We like winter.
And it's crazy, just to tell you guys when we're recording, is yesterday was the solstice. So literally the moment winter was over, LA was like, fuck yeah, dude, let's give you 90 degrees.
Seriously, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, LA really nailed it.
They really
hard.
They really got us good. They got us good.
You got us good, LA.
Anything spooky going on with you?
Spooky. I'm trying to think. I did just watch a spooky movie.
Which one?
The Taking of Death. No, just kidding. It's called The Deep House. It's on Hulu right now, and it's about these this young couple who are like YouTubers or want to be successful YouTubers, where they explore abandoned haunted places, and they hear about a town getting flooded and now at the bottom of a lake. And they hear about a house that's all still there, and so it's like an underwater haunted house movie. It was pretty fun. It's a great idea.
I was gonna say, it's that sounds like I would love to see it, a reality series about that. It seems really expensive for an indie movie.
I was blown away because I was just like, how did they do this? Because 3/4 of the movie is all underwater.
And they're diving?
Yeah.
That's so scary to me.
It was water is so scary to me. Being underwater is so scary. And it is such a great device to be where's the worst place to be in a haunted house? Underwater.
Yeah. It's one of those cases where you're like, no matter what happens to them, they deserve this for making bad choices.
Honestly, yeah. Sorry, if you want to go diving in a weird secluded lake in France,
looking for ghosts.
Looking for spooky stuff.
You're literally looking for trouble.
Yeah.
We can only feel so bad for you when you drown a horrible death. And I hate to victim blame these non-real people, but
yeah, these movie characters. This premise that seems a little
ambitious, in my opinion.
And it was well done.
Deep House.
Yeah, it was really legit. It looked good. Like I was just like, I want to watch how they made this. It looks so good.
I wonder if it would just give me anxiety to watch because I get so nervous when I think people can't breathe.
Oh, I was getting very anxious.
Yeah.
I was like I had to pause it at one point to be like, how much longer do we think they're going to be underwater? And it was like only halfway through. I was like, shoot. Okay.
Isn't
okay,
it funny when you watch a horror film, but you keep thinking, I just hope everyone's okay, but you know that's not possible?
Yeah.
I just hope everybody's going to be okay.
I just hope everybody's all right.
Please let them be okay.
I don't know if I've mentioned this on this podcast. Maybe I have, but where I grew up, there's a big lake, Lake Dillon, that was like man-made, and they flooded the original town of Dillon, and so there are still buildings and stuff in the lake.
Yeah, you've mentioned it. How deep? Do you know how deep it is?
There's one part right by the dam that gets very deep. Like deep enough to where it's like pretty tall or tallish, buildings are not popping out of the water and stuff.
Yeah, fascinating. It's just a giant goldfish castle.
Yeah. There's a little mermaid, a big fun witch who steals her voice. Yeah. Anything spooky happened to you?
Trying to think. Nah, man. Nothing new and spooky.
Yeah.
Other than, this witchy little solstice.
Did you do anything for the witchy solstice?
I did. I wrote down some intentions and stuff like that and cleaned up a little bit.
Nice.
I follow this astrologist, Chani, I think is the app, Chani. And it could be Shani, it could be Chani. I don't know. I should know. I paid for the app.
Yeah, and doesn't it every time you open it scream what it is?
And she had a little you need to write down all the things that have happened that have made you feel empowered, clean something up, and start a new hobby.
Oh, cool.
So
what's the new hobby?
Didn't do that part.
Okay.
I guess I don't know. I went bra shopping. Is that a new hobby?
That's a good hobby.
A tit heaven. Anyway, that's me, man. That's all I got.
That's good. Yeah.
We were gonna this week get into some more long episodes or long listener stories. I mean,
yes. I'm excited.
And enough people said they didn't hate us talking over it that we're gonna do it again.
We're gonna talk over it.
Guess what, guys? You fucked up.
I'm gonna just describe every moment of the deep house over every single ghost story.
Okay, this part of the film is where they're...
Okay, so she's not really into this whole YouTube thing. She's like, I thought we should just do this for fun. But he's all like, I want money. And she's like, I don't know if people are going to really want to watch it. So, okay, anyways.
Spoiler.
Yeah, big spoiler alert.
Big spoiler alert. All right, you ready, BB?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Bring it on.
Hi, Betsy and Marcy. I love the podcast, and I figured it was time to finally send in my stories. So today I'm going to tell you 2 quick stories. So these stories took place in my first year of university when I had just moved to the city I live in now, and I was moving from a really rural town, which is really, really small, to the biggest city in my area. And it's a really big city. There's tons and tons of people, tons of really tall buildings, lots of cars and things like that.
It's a city.
What city? What city?
And in first year of university, I was going to physiotherapist appointments, and this was one of the first times I was walking there. It was a couple kilometers away from my house.
Okay, it's not an American city.
Okay. We're going to figure this out.
And I didn't really know the way, so I was kind of checking the map a lot on my phone and was pretty nervous because I was not familiar with the streets yet. Now I know my way around, but back then I was really nervous, and there was so many cars, and it was all just so daunting.
Buildings, pigeons, rats.
Yeah, cities are tough.
And I was walking up the really busy sort of main street, And I had my headphones in, my hands were in my pockets. I was trying to, act like I knew where I was going. And I was stopped waiting at a crosswalk, waiting for the light to change. And a man came up beside me and he said, "Oh, hey." And he said it in a tone that made me feel like he knew me. It didn't feel like a stranger, how a stranger would talk to you. So without taking my headphones out, I kind of look over to him and give him kind of a side glance. And I'm like, "Hi." And then I look back forward. And this doesn't faze him at all. He is like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? How are you?" And I took a headphone out and I was like, "I'm fine." And then the light changed, so I started walking. And he kept pace with me and began walking beside me. And he was like, "Yeah, so what are you up to today?" And he was really talking to me as if he knew me. So I'll give you a little quick background. I'm really short at the time, very petite. And I looked a lot younger than I was. So I was about 17, but I honestly probably looked like I was 15, 16. And this man looked to be in his mid to late 20s. He was pretty tall, and I definitely observed how he was dressed, because I was like, I'm not sure if this is maybe a homeless person or not, because there's a lot of homeless people in my city. And he didn't look homeless. He was wearing normal clothes, normal shoes. He had a backpack, which he had sort of his hands on the straps of his backpack. He was wearing a little bomber jacket type thing. And he just looked like a normal person. So I was really confused. I was like, I don't know this man. I've only lived in this city for maybe a month at this point. I don't know anyone, so I definitely don't know him. And so I keep walking, and he's still keeping pace with me, asking me how I'm doing, and I'm giving him really short answers, trying not to make eye contact, and trying to make it clear that I'm not super interested in talking.
Gotta say, just paused it to say to you, Betsy, right now, not feeling paranormal in any way.
No, it's feeling scary, real life scary.
It's the thing we actually are afraid of.
Yes, this is awful.
This is awful. And the thing we're afraid of is stranger men.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just stranger men. Okay, let's go back.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. This is so scary.
Yeah.
And eventually he's asking me questions like, "Oh, what school do you go to?" And I am lying for some of the questions. So I told him I go to a different school than I truly did.
Yes.
And I definitely snuck into the conversation that I had a boyfriend, which was true. I just kind of snuck it in there, and I was like, "Yeah, my boyfriend and I moved down to the city.
He's a crazy butcher."
Yeah. He's good at shooting guns at people.
Just so that he knew that I wasn't interested, in case that's what he was trying to get to. And eventually this normal conversation starts to get a little bit more weird. So he was like, "Oh, well, I'm living in the city because I was sent here." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Oh, I was sent here from Jamaica to be a guardian." And I was like, "Oh God, what does this mean? I'm scared. I feel like I'm about to get scammed." And as this is all happening, I'm looking around, and I'm on a really, really busy street, but it's starting to feel a lot more deserted than it ever has been before. Now, this is a street that has strip clubs. It has a bunch of cafes.
What city?
It has restaurants. It's pretty bustling usually. And now it's starting to feel like there's hardly any people. There's nowhere that I'm seeing that I can kind of duck into. A lot of the places are closed because it's kind of early afternoon, and a lot of the places aren't open yet. And I'm trying to look for a way out, and I don't see one. And we continue walking, and I'm kind of giving him these half answers like, "Oh, you were sent here. Oh, that's weird," trying not to dig in too deep. And he goes on to say that he's a guardian of the galaxy.
Oh, that was going to be Galaxy.
Oh.
He's Chris Pratt.
Oh, this is Chris Pratt.
And that's why he's sent here, is to protect the galaxy. And at this point, I'm thinking this guy is crazy. This is really, it's kind of scary. And I start recording the audio on my phone. I like covertly opened my voice app and I start recording it.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I'm so just like, where's...
She's young. That's why she's smart.
And we're walking down the street and I suddenly get this feeling that like I'm in something like the Truman Show or something. Like I feel like I'm being punked or like something like that. Because we walk past this little storefront and I think it's a cafe. And honestly, now that I know the area a lot better, I'm very, very, very familiar with that street. I cannot, for the life of me, try to figure out what business that was. But it was a little storefront that had sort of a patio, but there was no patio chairs out. So it's just like a little, like a concrete slab. And a woman was outside. She was wearing an apron and she was sweeping the patio. And the way that he looked up at her and said, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" as we walked past, and the way that she smiled like the Truman Show or like some sort of creepy mannequin and said, "Oh, hi, like, how's it going?" as if she knew him and he knew her and they were all in on it. Like, it was really unnerving. And I was like, oh, they must be friends, but how strange to just walk past a friend in a city this big. I don't know, it just felt very, very weird. And so eventually I'm getting closer to where my appointment is going to be taking place, and I do not want this guy knowing where I'm headed because I don't want him to wait outside for me and walk with me back home. I definitely don't want him to know where I live, and I definitely don't want him to know that I go to physiotherapy like every week. So we're a few streets away. I'm kind of panicking. And he had mentioned that he needed new shoes in this conversation that we were having. And so I knew that, and I was looking for shoe stores anywhere I could see. And I eventually see one, and I was like, oh, there's a shoe store there. You need new shoes. Like, you should go check them out. And he was like, oh, yeah, I definitely should. Okay, well, it was nice talking to you. Like, hopefully I'll see you again. And I was like, yeah, in my head, I'm like, definitely not. I hope I never see you again. This was really weird. But I'm like, okay, bye. And then he's like, can I at least get a hug? You know that thing that guys do? And I'm like, no. And then he's like, okay, fine. Can I have your phone number? And I was like, no, I have to go, bye. And I started walking the other way. I kept turning around. He crossed the road. He went to the shoe store. The whole way to the physiotherapy, I was like so nervous that he was going to follow me. I don't think he did. And so I had my appointment. I was terrified, called my boyfriend on my way home, called my mom. I was talking to everybody. And I walked towards my apartment, and I lived with a roommate. I didn't live with my boyfriend at the time. And I was telling her about it. And at the time, during this year that this was taking place, which I think was like 2016, there was this app that was really popular in my area called Yak or something, or Yik Yak or something like that. And it was basically a like anonymous Twitter. So you could post like almost like tweets, and they were all anonymous and people could comment on them, but it was based on location. So everybody in the city would see the same posts, and then if you were to travel to a different city, you would see the posts in that city. So it was really, really popular at the time, and after telling my roommate and all my friends about what happened, I decided to post on that app. And like I said, this is a gigantic city, millions of people.
Teasing us.
What city? It's so big.
Okay.
Whoa, yeah.
Like, there's so many people. There was constantly posts. Like, if you refresh the page, 100 new posts would come up. So things got buried pretty quickly. But I posted a thing that was really short, and all it said was something like, if you are visibly way older than a girl, don't follow her down the street trying to talk to her, or something like that. I can't even remember exactly what I said, but there was zero, details about the person, zero details about myself. It wasn't even really that descriptive at all. And like I said, things get buried real quick on that app because of the size of the city.
Yik Yak's flooded.
Yik Yak.
And immediately, my post started getting flooded with comments from this one user.
Oh
saying,
no.
you're just being racist. You're being racist because you're terrified of a big black man.
How would they know?
And the man who I was talking to was black, but I never said that on the post, and I don't know how you would ever know that based on what I had written.
I got bad chills.
Yeah.
And this user was spamming it, saying all these horrible things about how if, quote, he ever saw me again, like, he would hurt me and all this stuff. And I was terrified. I don't know how he found my post at all.
No.
And for the rest of, like, that semester, I was terrified to leave on my own. Every time I was in a crowded place, I was, like, looking to see if I would see him because he was tall. So I was like, I'll see him coming. And I just was, like, convinced I was seeing him all the time. Whenever I saw someone that would look kind of like him, I was just so nervous. Eventually, that faded and it no longer really scares me. But the other weird thing is that the voice recording, it existed when I was showing my boyfriend and when I played it for my mom and I played it for my roommate. And now it's completely gone. But all my other recordings are still there. So that has disappeared.
Huh.
And then the other quick thing that also has to do with the physiotherapy office and a similar feeling, which is really strange, is eventually, over the next couple months, I had been attending physiotherapy and I was going once a week, and it was a really, really small office. So I'd see the same receptionist and the same, doctor or whatever every time. And they would always greet me by name when I'd walk in, like, oh, hi, come sit down. They knew who I was. They knew who I was there to see. I was going for a while, so they kind of got used to me coming. And they all greeted me by my name. And then one day, I went in, same as always, and they suddenly didn't know who I was anymore.
Whoa.
I hadn't changed a single thing about my appearance. My appointment day and time was the same. Everything was the same. I walked in and the receptionist didn't greet me by name, but I mean, whatever. And instead of, just telling me to wait in the waiting room, they gave me like a new patient form to fill out. And I was confused and I was like, no, I've already done this before. And they were like, oh, because it's your first appointment, you need to fill this out. And I tried to reason with them saying like, no, this is not my first appointment. I've been coming for a while. They kind of just kept brushing me off in that really eerie way, like just like the same feeling I got when that lady and the man knew each other on the sidewalk. It was just like this weird Truman Show feeling, like I'm the only one not in on the joke. And so I relucted and I filled out the form, and then I sat in the little appointment room and I saw the same physiotherapist I'd been seeing for months. She acted like she didn't know who I was. And instead of doing, all the exercises and things that I was supposed to do, she made me sit on the little table and talk to me about my reasons for coming and the sort of introductory stuff that I had already done months prior. And I was sitting in that little examination room, and the lady had just asked me a bunch of questions and then said she was going to leave. And then, usually I would see two people. I would see the physiotherapist and then I'd see this other guy. I don't know the difference really. But while she was gone and waiting for him to come, I was sitting on that little bench that they make you sit on, and I felt this sense of panic and dread. And I don't know if it was just anxiety, but I felt unsafe. I felt honestly terrified. And on the surface, it looked so mundane and as if, okay, maybe they forgot who I was for some reason. But I felt this sense of just horror. And I tried to get out of there as fast as I could, and I never went back. They had called me multiple times asking me to set up my next appointment, and I just kept declining the calls.
I would have been like, you forgot who I was.
Because I just couldn't bear. I cried when I left because I just felt so terrified. It was so eerie. So eerie. It felt like, the last couple months of me going to these appointments were like not reality or something. And I've never had anything like this before. Anyway, I'm sure this is getting really, really long, so I'm going to stop it here. But it was terrifying.
What? Doesn't that sound like what, like like a parent or something would be like, you know what happens when you move to the big city?
Yeah, you just become a faceless person.
Yeah, nobody will remember who you are.
That's
What? Okay, what city is this? It's
Portland.
somewhere in Canada.
No, I think she's from Canada,
Yeah,
and the city could be American.
right.
Okay, you make a guess. I think it's Portland, only because of the strip
because
clubs.
of strip clubs.
And that there are a lot of people, but there are also like very like deserted areas. So I'm saying Portland. What do you think?
I feel like Toronto or something.
Okay, all right.
I don't know.
So this might have been sent 9 years ago, but if you're listening, you just
Let us know.
Tell us where.
It feels like there's something, a little vortex or something in this big city.
Yeah, I mean, at first it sounded like, okay, this is just the typical young woman, big city being, harassed on the street. It's happened to so many of us. It's infuriating and then very strange that this person would then be able to figure out that just the randomness of being like, let me also be on Yik Yak, the dumbest named app, not out there, but a dumb one.
It's a silly name.
Yeah, and then to find the post and then just spam comment on it, especially because, I mean, it could have been someone else, but like she said, there were no descriptors to lead the person to believe she was talking about someone of a certain race at all, right? Like any specifics. So that's very weird too. But I could chalk that all up to weird coincidence, right? Like
that could be a weird coinky dink.
But why did he guard the galaxy? Did she make a guardian of the galaxy angry? And then they're like, fine, you're in a new timeline, dick.
Yeah, fine. That's it. You can't get the physical therapy you need. Sorry. Your knee's gonna be weird.
Yeah, you're young and you're ruined for life now.
It's so strange.
It's a real like noodle knocker.
It's a good old noodle knocker, man.
It's just knocking my noodle all around my head.
My noodle is so knocked right now. It really is like, ooh, I have chills thinking about like, it's so creepy.
It's scary in the actual real scary way,
Yeah.
Very weird.
What? But and then them not knowing.
That's can I Monday morning quarterback? Or 2000.
What does that mean?
It means, to say what should have happened in the moment, even though the game is over.
Oh yeah, okay, great.
I think let's all feel more empowered, especially with medical providers who are working for us, even though it seems like they are our boss in that instance. They are working for us because it's women, and especially women of color, get treated really poorly in the medical industry, and they go undiagnosed. There's a lot of pain that goes untreated, much less like other illnesses and stuff that don't get caught. A lot of things. But I think if you're like, wait, did they forget me? To just ask, have you lost my charts? Or do you not have my charts anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, to be like, well, we've been working on this for months. So like, and just in general to like, just question doctors. They always act like they know everything. And it's like, you know what you do. Why don't you like, stop acting like a god?
Right. I feel I've told this. This is my doctor's story of where I'm now like, I don't know, man. When I was getting surgery on my right ankle, because I broke it, they like had started giving me like all of my like funny drugs to like kind of chill me out and stuff. And I was looking at my legs, and on my right ankle, there was a big X drawn. And I like, really high, I was like to the nurse, I was like, wait, so the X means like this is the ankle you're gonna do surgery on, right? And the nurse was like, no, that means don't do surgery on that ankle. And I was like, well, that's my broken ankle. And like the nurse looked at the chart and was like, wow, good thing we caught that. And I was like,
Oh my God.
yeah, man. And the doctor had done the marking. Like, yeah, isn't that wild?
Oh my God. Yeah.
And I fortunately was so high. I was just like, yeah, man. I'm
Peace.
so glad.
Peace out, dude.
And then I came to and I was like, what? Oh my God.
I mean, and truly, I say none of this to like shame anyone, but to like just be like, you should feel empowered. Who cares if your doctor is like, wow, my patient's a real know-it-all. Like, fuck them.
That's been a thing I've learned, like where it is like, because I don't like going. A lot of people don't like, but it is like, I need to ask questions and I need to really be like, hey, this worries me. Is there anything we can like let me take a test
Yeah.
because this thing worries me, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And even if they're like nope, it's like, please just.
But a doctor fucking forgetting you, that's weird. Everyone
That is
forgetting
so
you.
Especially like it's such a like in contact type of like physical therapy.
Yeah, they're
is
like
so
literally touching.
intimate.
Yeah.
And like have to know what they're working on with you specifically. Like that's so creepy, man.
Here's what, if we could go back in time, because anything's possible. You say, how could you forget this body?
That's it.
Don't tell me you
I'm
forget.
sorry. How could you forget this bod?
I'm sorry. Is this a body you don't seem to recall?
Wow.
Interesting.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Are you a
Okay.
drug doer?
Yes, you must do drugs.
Oh, is it drugs that you're doing?
Oh, well, this body does not do drugs.
Yeah, this body does milk only, which is very bad, and I have
Which is awful. My bones are crazy strong, but everything else is hurting. Yeah.
I just feel like so conflicted with that story. Not conflicted,
I
but like
know.
it makes me feel
Or just-
like I don't know,
Spooky.
frustrated for them.
Yeah.
Also, guys, do we all need to get retractable batons like
I
J-Lo has in that movie? I think it's like Eyes Wide Shut or something.
No, enough?
No, there's another movie where she like just has a retractable baton and she beats a man with it.
Cool. Eyes Wide Shut is that freaky deaky with Nicole Kidman and Tom
Oh,
Cruise.
shoot. What is the
like orgy with masks or
Okay,
something?
wait.
But what you're saying, it does ring a bell.
Let's see, J-Lo, Out of Sight. Sorry, Out of Sight.
Oh, close.
Eyes Wide Shut is
Eyes-
is a different movie. Out of Sight is the J-Lo movie where she has a retractable baton, and she says to the man, "You wanted to tussle? We tussled." And it's great. It's great. Anyway,
Yes, J-Lo. Okay.
also Enough is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't know
I've
why-
only seen it like twice, and I enjoyed it both times. I need to watch it more.
You know what? I guess it's like very applicable to this situation as women wanting to beat the hell out of men, beat the shit of them, beat the shit of them.
Beat the shit of them. Yes.
All right, I want to play another one.
Yes.
Hey, it's me again. I want to talk to you about the time, the couple times I've had sessions with an oracle. Her name is Elena Servideo Schwinn. You can find her on Instagram, and she does live sessions on Mondays at like 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you could like, if you wanted to, you could log into the live
Plug.
and listen to her universal messages, or if she gets a beat on you, like she might say something to you, or something like that.
We should totally.
Or if
Yeah.
you can ask her a question. It's just like putting dipping a toe into what she is able to do. So I
Oracle.
logged into her lives for months, and then finally scheduled what she calls a soul retrieval. I wanted to do a past life regression, but she she was able to feel from me whenever I initially reached out about it that I had a lot of unresolved issues and trauma in this lifetime, and she felt that if we did a past life regression, we would not get very far with it because of the things that are holding me back in this lifetime. So she suggested that we did a soul retrieval first, and I thought, well, let's do it.
I gotta say, kind of funny though to be like, yeah, I'd like this. They're like, oh no, honey,
Not for you.
You got too many issues for
How
that.
about this? I thought of this before when she said Oracle. What about Steve Oracle? Did I see that?
I hate you. Did I know who did this?
I would go to Steve Oracle all the time.
Please, some artists make Steve Oracle, please. Okay, back to our
Steve
friend
Oracle.
Steve Oracle.
So, without giving a lot of details about her process or anything like that, because I highly recommend anybody who needs help to reach out to her. The care and love that I felt during that session and in another session that I've had with her is unmatched. Like, my former therapist never gave me that much care. You know what I mean? All right, so for the soul retrieval, we did it over the phone, like FaceTime. I had to mute my end, and she sent me a YouTube link to some music that would help me get into a more hypnotic state. And she told me that I was in a meadow at the edge of a forest, and while I entered it, she told me to approach the forest and enter the forest, and once I was in there, I would see a set of stairs leading into the ground, and that she wanted me to stand at the top of the stairs and imagine myself just totally surrounded in white, bright light, and if at any point I got scared, just to imagine having just white, bright light around me.
Yeah, on a boat.
Is she recording this like while hanging out of a sunroof?
Drive faster. I gotta make a call.
Okay.
That's good. Ew. Okay. Stairs into the ground.
So, I do have a little bit of a trouble visualizing things like that sometimes, but I understood the point, so.
I get it.
Fast forward,
right.
I'm definitely in whatever state she needs me to be in to reach these depths of my soul and psyche. She brought me into several rooms, telling me that each room would get me a little bit further, deeper into what we're looking for. I was able to confront some things from my childhood that I didn't realize were so impactful for the rest of my life. I'm 33 now, so I was 32 at the time of the session, and I was able to find a lot of forgiveness for myself and for my parents and things like that. She really helped me get past the things that bother me about myself too. At one point, I remember thinking like, I think she wanted me to think about like what my biggest problem was, and I think my problem is I think I'm not good enough for whatever it is. I think I'm not good enough, that I don't deserve good things, that my best isn't good enough. It's just a deep insecurities that I've always had about myself, and regardless of what it is, it's just there. And during the session, it felt like whenever you are remembering someone putting your head into their lap and stroking your hair and trying to comfort you, she made me feel so much like she was holding my head and comforting me, and I wasn't talking. I was on mute, right? So I'm crying and she's talking, And as I'm starting to have these feelings of like, I'm not good enough, and she says, you are good enough. She says it out loud. You are good enough. We have to break this cycle of you thinking that you're not good enough, because you are. Everything that you do is good enough. Everything that you try is good enough. And nobody is perfect. You have to stop holding yourself to such high standards. But you know what? I don't remember how exactly she said it, but it was very, succinct and comforting. As we were leaving, she asked me to, go into another room within that underground area. And she said she was going to take me into a room so I could meet my spirit guides. And I entered a room. It was completely dark, and it felt like the room was just absolutely full of people.
Ew.
You know that feeling whenever you're in the dark, or
Ew.
like in a haunted house or something, and you're just like packed in there with a lot of people, but you can't see anyone.
Ew, it's stinky.
That's what it felt like. There were just so many people in the room with me, all behind me.
What?
And she told me to look to my left and tell me if I saw someone. And so I did, and when I did, I saw my good friend who passed away about 4.5 years ago. Oh. And he squeezed my shoulder, and he smiled. I could feel like my shoulder being squeezed, and it was really special, like it felt so good to see that he was okay, you know what I mean? And because he passed away unexpectedly. He was only 29, and it was incredibly difficult for our entire group of friends, and I'm sure for his family. And it just, whenever I saw him, it was just immediate peace washed over me. When we finished the session, like the actual being under, I guess is what we could say, and we were talking about the things that I saw and the things that I felt, and making sure that they line up with the things that she saw and felt. And she told me that my friend is very much aware that he left this earth too soon, but that his purpose isn't over. And so that's why he's still here. He's watching over his friends and his family. He's staying with them whenever things get hard, and you need a lot of comfort. So it does make so much sense, especially at that time. I was having a lot of strange ghostly activity in my house, which I'll tell you about maybe in another recording. But anyway, so I mentioned that the reason why I initially reached out to her was because I wanted to do a past life regression. And during my soul retrieval session, she said that she was able to pick up on a past life of mine, that one of my past lives came through. And in a previous lifetime, I owned an orphanage for children who had lost their families. That I didn't have children of my own in that lifetime, but that my full purpose was to be a surrogate mother to these children who had lost their families one way or another. And she mentioned to me that I know how much you love children and how excited you are to watch them learn and to grow, and how much you want to be a mother. And that has to that it comes from that experience in that previous lifetime. It didn't seem like it was that far away by her description. Maybe that's who I was before this lifetime. I don't know. I was going to tell you about our Akashic Records session too, but this is already 9 minutes long. I'm sorry I cried. I'm pregnant, so I just get a little bit emotional all of a sudden. Thanks for listening. I love the show. You're both wonderful. Thanks.
Wow, I'm sorry I screamed ew. It was my gut reaction to running an orphanage, but
I understand.
It seems very nice.
I understand though, because it's like, do I like cats? Yes. If I walked into a room with 30 of them, I would be upset. And you feel the same way about children.
Yeah.
Like too many.
If I walk into the room as like kind of one, I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Same way with you and cats though. You're like, oh no.
Yeah. Oh, you're nice. You're nice. You're fine. You're fine.
Sometimes they're nice.
No, that's incredible.
It is so
An oracle.
so interesting why are other lives bugging us in this one? You know what I mean? Like why
Yeah.
why is the baggage following us?
Isn't that wild?
I mean, I know my friend who's a Nichiren Buddhist would say it's because there's some karma you have to work out, and not karma
good or bad.
Well, actually, I think the way that karma is understood, at least as my friend explains it, is like karma is not like you deserve something. Karma is like there is a lesson that you have to learn. You have to figure this out, or you have to navigate this particular obstacle. And if you don't do it in one life, you'll get another chance to do it again, and will come in a different way, and maybe it will come in a bigger way as something that like, oh, you need more. You need a bigger lesson to learn this since you're having a hard time with it.
Yes. Okay.
And it could very well be like that you really wanted to nurture, and so that was your karma, and then like in that life you couldn't have your own children, so you got to nurture, but because you like
did it good,
then this one's like, okay, now you're ready to do it for yourself, or like and not like that you deserve it, like I said, but just like now your soul's okay. It's really hard. This is the thing I talk about in therapy, not often, but like to strip good and bad out of things and approach it more with curiosity rather than judgment,
right?
Right. And I think it's really hard for all of us to do, especially in like a real knee-jerk society that we live in.
Yeah, that we were brought up in, to just be like, hey man, there is a line down the middle, and it's like, no, there isn't.
Everything's very nuanced.
Yeah.
That's fascinating though.
Wow. I want to
go to this oracle. Do you remember what their name was? Me neither.
Steve Oracle.
Steve Oracle? Steve Oracle's our new mascot.
Did I find your soul?
Have you ever done a past life regression?
Yeah, I did guidance circle.
Oh, right. But not one
not one where it was like
you got to like walk through it like that.
Right. Not where it was she was very much just like, oh, I'm seeing this. Oh yeah, you were a knight during the Crusades or whatever.
Oh wow.
A little knight. I was a tiny little knight.
A little knight. You were an evening.
Yeah. But I've never done one where it's like, okay, like you're in the moment.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, I'm so curious, even with this, when they were talking about the, like, go down into the room and look to your left. Do you see, like, I worry that I would just want to fill that in. Does that make sense? Of, like, where it is, like, oh, yeah, I do, and it's Goofy, the cartoon character. Or, like,
maybe you would. But you won't,
like, or a Bart Simpson.
I mean, that is with all things, sort of like ESP, paranormal, whatever. That, like, you're like, oh, it's just me doing it, possibly, but you don't know until you try it, because it could be something where you're like, I don't know where I would have thought of that. But also, what if you thought of the Goofy thing? Because it's like, what if I'm going to blow your mind? We create worlds, and then we think that they're just like a thing that lasts while it's on your television. But what if those worlds are like real?
Marcy, Marcy.
What if Goofy has a son in high school?
Yes, and wants to go on a trip with him, just a nice father-son trip, but then the son's like, I gotta watch a cool concert with the girl dog I'm into.
Girl dog. I mean, look, that's all I'm going to say is that maybe in a past life you were in a Goofy movie. I'm saying it's possible.
Yeah, Leaning Tower of Jesus.
Oh boy, anything is possible.
Anything. I want to hit up that oracle. I'm gonna listen and get that name again.
Yeah, I'll try to listen and put it in the show notes. We'll see.
You just rolled your eyes so hard.
I just forget to do things, like I forget
of
to.
course.
I don't write a note so I remember.
No, don't.
Yeah,
I can listen.
No. Well, yeah,
the
but I
app
mean
comes out.
for our friends listening.
Yes, true.
Fucked up though, right? Other lives.
Wow.
Well, you know what I was going to
dude.
say about the one before this about the man on the street is I think I've talked about it before. The Gift of Fear, the book I'm reading.
Yes.
Where like instinct is so innate in us, and like that our brain can make so many decisions, and just like. I mean, that's what the book is about. But just truly, like, even if, like, that's not a weird man, right? Like, not a guardian of the galaxy. But just how fascinating that our brains can do all of that stuff all in one time.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Like, even just the, like, oh, he mentioned shoes and needing new shoes. I'm going to look for shoes. Like, that is fascinating to just go into that mode of, like, oh my, and rather than, like, just stop and shrivel, where you're like, okay, yep, great, I'll just keep kind of going. I'm gonna start not letting him know anything about me. I will not give him any of the correct things. Like, yeah.
And I think in general, never tell anybody shit. Don't tell them
I
shit.
do too. I think when you're like feeling weird, like,
Don't tell
lie,
strangers anything. Fuck them.
They don't need to know anything about you. One time I gave somebody I met at like a bar, like just somebody who was like, "Whoa, Debbie," and I'm like, "Okay," and then I gave him a fake number.
You gave a number though?
Yeah, but here's the thing: is they then were like, okay, I'm going to text you right now. Let me see if you got the text. And I didn't. I was like, what'd you put? And I was like, oh, that's not the right number.
I got busted. Did you have to give them the right number then?
Yeah, but then I just never responded.
You blocked them, yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I was like, no, man, we're not friends.
I feel like we just... I want to go back to the doctor thing to be like, let's just be like, I don't want to give you my number.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Like I will say I've gotten better at just being like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
See you later.
No, thank you.
I'm good.
I don't need a friend right now. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I got plenty of friends. You're actually taking me away from hanging out with them, so I'm going to go chill with them.
What Betsy's saying, guys, is do not ask for her social security number if you see her in public.
Unless you're cool, man. Unless you're cool. And I'll give it right away.
You want my social? 583-921-1140.
You said that so confidently. I was like, whoa, man.
I hope I said someone's social. That's like listening. I was like, holy shit. Yeah.
Whoa. And they call in. They're like, man.
And then they tell us their first, last, and middle name and the city they were born in.
and their mom's maiden name.
Their first grade teacher.
Their first pet's name, too.
The street they lived on. What their first car was. The make and model. I hope I did. All right, I'm going to play a new one.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Marcy.
Hi, Marcy and Betsy. This is Julia from Nova Scotia, Canada. I'm a big fan of your podcast. You often make me look like an absolute lunatic driving by myself, laughing out loud. Thanks for that. So I'm a longtime listener and first-time caller. So I guess I think of myself as a bit of a Marcy. Growing up, I was always interested in and jealous of other people's ghosty stories, but I was never really brave enough to, seek them out myself. I wasn't going to go, fuck with a Ouija board or anything. So,
Good.
As an adult, I've had a few experiences that I just can't explain, so I'm going to tell you 2 of them today. So, about 9 years ago, my now husband and I bought a house. So calling it a house is kind of overstating it. It was essentially just a winterized cottage, and it was old and shitty.
That sounds better than a house.
Yes.
So when you were inside the house, you
It's
looked
scary.
out the front dining room window to the front yard, and you would see our old rickety shed and a big tree in the middle, and then a driveway to the other side. So my husband and I used to always see things out of the corner of our eyes through this window into the front yard. You'd see them out of the corner of your eye, and when you turned and looked directly, there was nothing there. There was no people, no squirrels, nothing.
Ew.
And this didn't happen through any other windows in the house. It was just looking into the front. So we used to always joke that there was ghosties out there. So
Ghosties.
I don't know. The yard had vibes, but not bad vibes, but vibes. Anyway, so one day I was
Vibes, dude.
out
That tree,
working
man.
in the shed. So I don't know, I was working on a project and the shed door blew shut in the wind. So I was in there with the door closed.
No.
So after a while, I heard
get
very
out of
distinct
there.
footsteps of my husband coming up the shed stairs. So the shed had really rickety, squeaky stairs. So you would hear every single footstep of somebody coming up. Every step squeaked. And so I heard every single footstep of him coming up and stopping on the landing. So I put down my tools, turned around, waited for him to come in. Nothing. So I said, "What are you doing, creep show?" And no answer. So I thought it was weird. I went out, opened the door. Nobody was there. Looked around the property, couldn't find anybody, nothing. And I went in the house, assuming he was just messing with me. But I went in, he was in the basement with a cat on his lap playing video games. So he hadn't been out bothering me. And so that was really strange. So we'd always, from then on, referred to the front yard ghosties as the creep show ghosty.
Creep show.
Which was fine. I mean, it wasn't bad vibes. It was just, like I said, just vibes. But now, since I've been listening to your podcast, I was wondering if maybe the front yard had a weird temporal, slip to it.
What?
Because, the footsteps really sounded like they were his. It sounded like he's a big boy, and so he's pretty heavy underfoot, and it just sounded like him coming up the stairs. So I wonder if all of the shadows we'd seen were just us or other people in different times. Maybe squirrels in different times.
Whoa.
Don't know.
Squirrels in different times.
Anyway, so since then,
A squirm
we
hole.
have moved into a new house that's not old and shitty and has no ghosties, which is great. So this one is during quarantine. So this was in the summer of 2020. So I was out getting groceries and my husband was working from home. So I came into the house through the garage door, and my husband works in the room next to it. And as I was coming through, he said, "Hey, did you just get home?" And I had my back to him and the door, so I was going to take my shoes off. And something smashed on the floor behind me. So I turned, and it was this souvenir decorative mask that we bought in Puerto Vallarta. So this mask had fallen off the wall and smashed, and so we just assumed it was, the door closing or whatever, even though this mask has been on that shelf for literal years at this point. I went and grabbed the broom and dustpan and came back. My husband and I were cleaning it up. And as we were doing it, we noticed that there was a huge gouge out of the wall. And you could see that it was on a downward motion of how it hit the wall. The gouge was from like the top. And, my husband's like, oh, that's a big gouge for the mask to make. And I was like, oh, it doesn't make any sense that would happen because it was on the same wall as the shelf. So physically, I don't understand how it could possibly have done it. It was about, the gouge was about halfway between the shelf and the floor. So the mask would have had to fall forward off the shelf, swing back towards the wall, gouge it, and then smash on the floor. We're like, that is weird. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's a dark wall. You'd see this hole in this gouge in the gyprock. So we thought it was weird. And my husband's like, well, yeah, I had something weird about 20 minutes ago. That's why I asked you if you just got home.
What?
So he was working in his office, and his office faces kind of towards the front driveway. And he had his head down working, and he saw a figure go by the window, which he thought was weird. And so he kind of looked up, and all of the cats, we have 3 cats, all had noticed it as well. And they were all like up, looking to see what was going on. So he was like, oh, that's weird. And so he went and looked through the windows, couldn't see anyone, went outside, couldn't find anybody, came back in, and 2 of the cats were looking out the windows. And the 3rd cat, she had herself jammed under a chair, just her front end, because she's a chunky girl and she couldn't fit all the way under. But she'd wedged herself, so her front half was under one of the lazy boys, which is not something she's ever done before. She's not really a go under furniture kind of cat, but she was freaked enough that she was doing her very best to hide. So so I don't have an explanation for this one. I just had the weird shadow figure go by the window, freak the cats out, and then 20 minutes later a mask jumped off the wall, smashed the wall, and smashed the floor. So don't really have any explanation for that one. Haven't had anything weird since. So that's it for my stories today, but I did want to leave you with one last fun one of my friends that I think you'll like. So I know you've talked about the Fairmont Banff Springs before. So when I heard that episode, I asked my girlfriend, she worked in housekeeping there for a bit, if she had any experiences. Cool. And she said that she's heard lots of crazy stories, but she only had one of her own. So she was in a room, she cleaned the whole bathroom, and then she moved into the bedroom area, and she was making the bed when a glass flew off the counter in the bathroom and smashed on the floor. So I thought you guys would like that. We all love a good bathroom ghostie. Okay, guys, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Love your pod. Okay, bye.
Wow.
Whoa.
That new house is haunted.
What's going on with y'all? Oh, actually, you know what? There's an email. So this is from Julia. Hi, Marcy and Betsy. Love your show. Sorry, the recording ended up a lot longer than I thought it would in my head. That's okay. Update. I asked my husband to listen to my recording to make sure I was telling the stories correctly. He said for story 1, I should have included that over the 4 years we lived there, he found 2 dead wild animals on the property. Both of them both at the bottom of the shed stairs. A porcupine and a shrew. Pretty weird and creepy.
Yeah.
I've also included a photo of my husband took of our cat hiding from story number 2 because she's cute. She's a cute scaredy cat. Sending lots of love, Julia. I sent you in the chat.
I'm looking at it. It's very cute.
I love a fat-bottomed girl cat.
I like an animal with little socks. Little socks.
Also, cats are so funny because she thinks she's hiding.
Yeah, she thinks she's safe.
She's like, they can't see me.
Wow. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say about cats. I have often thought that for cats and dogs, if they could understand what pointing was, they could take over the world. But it is the one thing they will never, they don't.
Like, because they can't do it.
Well, when you point at stuff, does Wilma look at what you point at?
Yes.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
Because cats won't.
Oh, like Wilma, I'll do that as like a bit while we're playing fetch. I'll go, look, the Goodyear blimp, and she'll look up and I'll grab the toy.
That's mean. That's funny though.
Oh, come on.
She really
It's
wants
funny.
she needs to see that blimp. Well, I guess it is just cats. So I thought about it that if cats, as apex predators, if they could understand pointing, they could take over the world. Thank God they don't. So that's all.
That's so interesting. I had no idea they didn't understand pointing.
They just look at you like, what?
Yeah, what are you doing with your arm?
But
what? Something's up, man.
that old
old house
stuff following you.
Old house, that big tree reminded me a lot of The Conjuring, where they hung
the witch.
Bathsheba from that tree. In that tree, I think that's exactly what happened at your old house.
At your house. It is interesting though, this theory that it's some sort of, what did they say, portal or
temporal
something. Boy, what if we remembered stuff or were smart? That'd be weird, right?
You know, we need Steve Oracle on this show.
Stop.
I'll never stop until I forget it.
Be this way, Betsy. Don't do this to me. Yeah, especially they're up in Nova Scotia, right?
Yeah,
which is not as far north. I just looked it up on a map. It's not as far north as I thought it was.
Where did you think it? Like, did you think it was like?
I thought it was going to be like
Santa lives there.
No. But I was like New. Is it New Brunswick? There's. It's just like Nova Scotia is parallel to Maine, essentially.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
But I still think there is weird. Like when you think about Bigfoot and how people believe Bigfoot could be an interdimensional being,
right?
Like, what if it's like up at a certain parallel on the Earth that that this magnetic field holds that, and that it's not just Bigfoot, that it can be a lot of things that are. Am I talking in an accent all of a sudden?
You're no, I don't think so. What accent?
I don't know. I thought I was like, am I doing an accent? I couldn't.
Am I British now?
Wait, am I speaking British perfectly right now? Is this
you
a perfect is this a perfect British accent right here?
Like, if I close my eyes, I would think you were Dame Judi Dench.
Betsy, would you like some clotted cream and tea?
Yes,
just to mix it. Just to mix it,
please.
But yeah, just the idea that like things are like passing through, dude.
Yeah, what are those? It's on Ghost Adventures. I feel we've talked about that, like those lines, not fault lines, but like it's another term where they think like at that.
Oh boy.
At that place. This is so bad. Oh man, at that place
where the
like
things
the mystery spot
where the things are happening at that place, you know,
where the weird things are happening at that weird place.
Are you talking about the Bermuda Triangle or
no? But that might be part of like. Aren't there these like lines where weird stuff happens? Not vortexes, even though I think they're all kind of but like. Where some lines cross.
Lines where weird stuff happens.
Lines where weird stuff happens. Ghost Adventures. Like,
I don't know, man.
Those lines called?
Again, if we were smart or had good memories.
I'm gonna look at like paranormal
lines with stuff that are weird. We're the best podcast hosts.
Ley lines. The supernatural lines that connect the universe. So, what if that weird little house was on a ley line?
Yeah. You did it, Betsy.
We did it. I knew it. I knew so.
God, you did it, Betsy.
Oh, thank you, Sherlock Holmes. Ley lines.
Ley lines.
And like them, like if ley line, like, you know, whatever they do. I'm not going to figure out what they do, but
look,
then
we've struggled enough, okay? We've struggled enough.
We struggled a good amount trying to figure out those paranormal lines.
Yeah.
Ley lines.
What do you think was leaving those dead animals? Do you think it was an offering? Like a hi, here's for you. Oh my God. It was like some like woodland creature being like,
It might have been.
I brought you something.
I like you. Hey, I like you. Here's some dead animals.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Excuse me, I like you.
I ripped the throat out of this shrew for you.
Oh, thank you, little beast. Thank you so much.
Betsy, what if someone had a crush on you and they left you dead animals?
I would be like, no way, man.
We're like, Betsy, no, he likes you. That just means he likes you. He's shy.
No, I would be, I don't care. He's killing animals.
Betsy, but he's so nice to you. He's never tried to kill you. Please, he's just give him a chance. He's
Why
so
do you
cute.
care? Why do you care so much? I don't.
It's very sad what's happening in your life. Everyone feels really weird about it. So.
Oh no, everybody does. I'm not even doing the weird shit.
Well, but you don't look, beggars can't be choosers.
Oh,
and,
no.
And yes, you're not begging.
I'm not begging. I don't even want a relationship.
Oh my gosh. I'm just, I feel like that is a thing that I have experienced with people being like, but he's cute. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What do you actually think where's my bar? Is it this low? Like that this person who's quite frankly a creep.
Big old creep.
Big old creep.
Big old creeper.
Let's do one more.
Oh my God, okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay. Yeah.
Do.
That's really good.
All right. I'll pull one up.
Hi, Betsy and Marcy. My name's Abby, and I'm calling you from Massachusetts about a story I have from a job I did while dog sitting. I love you girls. I think you're great, and I actually spend a lot of time listening to you at that particular house.
Ooh.
And yeah, thanks for always keeping me company.
Anytime.
This story happened February 2021, and a little background on the place. It's a old farmhouse built in 1780. I stayed there a lot, and I love the place. It has a lot of character. It's never given me any bad vibes.
And characters.
This particular stay, I was feeling really uneasy. I do have the company of 4 dogs and 14 cats when I'm there. So
14 cats?
Never really lonely or a dull moment, but I just, it was weird. It was a weird week.
A lot.
So my friend came over that night, and we were watching a movie, and 2 of the dogs and some of the cats were sitting around us. I heard metal, what sounded like metal, being dragged across the floor, coming from upstairs. And I thought it could be one of the dogs pushing a cat food bowl around. So I called up to them and told them to come downstairs, but no one came. And the noise stopped, so I didn't really think much of it. A couple of minutes later, the noise started back up, but this time it sounded like it was going a longer distance. So my friend was just like, you should probably go up and look. I walked up the stairs, and the noise stopped. I didn't see anything out of place. All the doors were shut, so the dogs couldn't get to the food, and I didn't see any cats around. And everything looked good. I couldn't tell where it was coming from. So, I told my friend. She thought that was weird. She thought it was spooky, but I was just like, there's so much stuff going on in here that it's hard to keep track of what every noise is.
It's a lot of animals.
So
That's
later that
so
night,
many
she
animals.
left, and my then boyfriend came over for the night, and we weren't really doing well. Pretty much as soon as he got there, we started arguing.
He sucks.
We decided to just watch TV, and we were sitting on the couch, and I just kept thinking about wanting to break up with him, so I brought it up. We started talking about it, and I was telling him how I felt. We were both crying.
Good
And
for you.
this, the mood was really somber. The dogs, all of a sudden, though, shot up and started barking. They barked once, actually, but they all barked at the same time. And
Nope.
we both looked up, and I saw a shadow figure go from the bottom of the stairs to the top of the stairs.
Ew.
And I was just like, what the hell, in my head. Before I even had a chance to say anything, my boyfriend was like, do you see that? Do you see that? And I said, yes I do. And he got up and walked into the other room. And that's not where I saw this shadow figure, but he came back to me and his eyes were wild, and he's like, oh my God, I just saw this thing crawl across the wall and shoot up into the ceiling. And I just was like, what the fuck? So I told him what I saw as he was sitting back on the couch with me, and he's like, do you smell that? It smells like rotting eggs. And all of a sudden I had this horrible feeling come over me.
Demons.
I felt panicked, scared, dread, fear, everything, just extreme sadness. And I started screaming and hyperventilating and panicking. I was like, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of here. I just kept screaming, we need to get out of here. And I couldn't walk. My legs felt like they were being dragged down in mud. And he helped me to the kitchen, and I was still screaming. And he started packing bags. I remembered that if you say, well, it's supposed to work, if you say you're not welcome here, that the spirit should leave. So I did that a couple times, and I don't know if it's placebo effect or what have you, but I did start to feel a sense of relief, and I was able to stop screaming and shaking, and I decided to stay the rest of the night because I couldn't leave the animals alone. So we did stay, but we didn't talk about it because I didn't want to awaken anything again. But the next morning in daylight, we did kind of talk about what we saw, and it was definitely different but similar things. He had no prior knowledge of a sulfur egg smell being any kind of spirit. It was just something he did smell. I didn't smell it, but I don't know if it was from me shitting my pants or not, but
well, did you?
Yeah, he also had mentioned that he had a bad feeling too as soon as he started to smell that. So that trauma bonded us for a while, and we ended up staying together for another 6 months or so. But he definitely didn't feel comfortable going there again. I continued to watch it. I struggled with telling the owner of the house about it because I didn't want her to think I was crazy, but I did. She absolutely believed me. She had someone come through the house and, rid it of any spirits, and it has felt lighter since then.
Responsible.
But at the time too, she revealed to me that her daughter had been practicing witchcraft and some spells, so she didn't know if that inadvertently opened it or if it was one of her hundreds of mirrors that she gets from all over the place, antique shops and what have you. And she has a ton
She's
of
doing
mirrors,
the most.
especially on the staircase. It is pretty creepy, and I don't know what you guys think of that, but that is one of the first visual experiences I've ever had. I do have some other stories to send in later about a haunted object and car that I had, and I can't wait to keep listening and hearing all the good stories. Thank you, ladies, and don't shit your pants.
Yeah.
Bye.
Wow.
Classic sulfur demon.
Sulfur demon. What a funny reveal. Kid doing witchcraft. And then another reveal, a bunch of nasty mirrors where it's just like, okay, they're like...
There's too many options.
Yeah.
Too many options.
Too many options.
Wow.
What's next? Like, I am the descendant of an evil sorceress.
This was a sacred ground, and I just desecrated it real bad when I got it.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the owner of the house, like, doing the work, you know?
And even being like, maybe it was my kid, maybe it's me with all my mirrors that I collect from all over.
Do you remember the story we got of the person whose grandmother would curse the house when they would go out of town?
Yes. Yes.
Maybe that's what it was.
I think that's good.
Like,
I
just
think
be
that's
like,
good.
I just want to protect the house with a bunch of little evil demons. Bye.
Goodbye. But we're having our friend watch it. You know, just in case.
She's mom's friend, not mine.
There it is. There it is.
Whoops,
wow.
there it is.
That, like, the idea of two people seeing something at the exact same time and then it being two different things is so scary. I want to see that in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like, that was such a good, like, boyfriend getting up and going into a completely different area, being like, that is so fucked up.
Oh, and something on the wall. Something about things
climbing,
skittering around the wall
nasty.
Is too
That
scary.
is so gross.
Yeah, I don't like a skitter.
I don't need a skitter.
All right.
I don't need a scatter.
I don't need a scooter.
I don't need a scooter. I don't need a scudder.
I don't need a skiter.
Yeah, I don't need a scotter.
Oh my gosh, what if a skiter is just a baby blue colored spider?
Ew. Wait, what?
A skiter. Look at the skiters. Look at those. Anyway, that was stupid.
Nasty. No, it was good.
Okay.
Steve Orkel loved it.
Steve Orkel. Anybody got any insights?
Oh, that made me inhale my spit, man. Whoa.
Well, guys, look, I think there's one more really long one that's 20 minutes, and I don't know what to do with it. The other ones are.
We go for it at one point.
We go for it at one point, and that'll be the whole episode. You know.
Yeah. Let's try to make this 20-minute story into a 2-hour episode.
We easily could, Betsy.
We should do improv scenes based off of it.
It would be torture for anyone who wanted to actually hear the story.
It would be torture
for
everyone.
It would be torture for us to do it. I can't wait. I wanna. But I was gonna say, you guys send us in some more listener stories. I will say, if they're a little longer, it's fine. Maybe we'll do more long listener stories.
Yeah,
I'll lift the moratorium on stories that are over 5 minutes. But if you want them on the main pod, you gotta keep them short, baby. But yeah, send us your stories. We need more.
Keep them coming.
Go do dangerous things so you have more scary stories.
Yeah, please.
Please, we're begging.
Go do scary stuff so we can listen to them.
Please.
Come on.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Oh, yeah. And thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy, and don't shit your pants!
That was a HeadGum podcast.